Guys, let's talk a little bit about resiliency in us men. To quote Tony Robbins, "No one's life is a smooth sail. We all come into stormy weather, but it's this adversity, and more specifically, our resiliency, that makes us strong and successful." In an earlier video that I've done, it was on the analogy of smooth sailing. With this analogy, it explains that we are the sail in life. Life is the water that we sail upon, and the wind gussying our sail up is time. In that video, I was explaining the relativity of time, that time is irrelevant. What happened in the past happened in the past, and what happened in the future happened in the future. There's nothing you can change about it. When I go into that video, I explain that there's certain stuff that we come upon in life that we could be working at for almost 5 minutes, and it could feel like an hour, just totally draining us of life. Yet we could do stuff that just keeps us so enthused that feels like 5 minutes, but we've done it for almost 3 hours. That, in fact, a sail can outrun the wind gust, outrun time, and just cut through life so smoothly, having smooth sailing all the way through. But with us, guys, when we get into that sense of smooth sailing within life, that we are outrunning time, so enthused with our lives that we're just cutting smoothly right past everything that goes upon in life with that path, that smooth path that is just naturally executed by us. That's our resilience showing. Full through. That is a man's resilience to his life. Resiliency is the capability to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties. Toughness. The ability to sustain or object to spring back into shape, even when threatened. Toughness. The number one thing a man is influenced to act by and to be by within his entire lifetime. Throughout a man's entire lifetime, it's him discovering himself, and once he can discover his true self and live his life fulfilled for what he is made for, his natural resiliency, those smooth sailing moments, that smooth path, the natural smooth man you are, it shines right through, right down to the beginning of it all. When a man comes into this earth and has the realization that he is a man, he was here put by this divine energy force onto this planet as a man, and was in fact created by the image of what has created him. And then moving more forward into a man's life, when he deals with vulnerability, actual physical pain, feeling that pain and healing through that pain, enduring it, knowing that it hurts, but you have to feel it to heal it. And the same type of deal with dealing with vulnerability, to learning that certain cues with vulnerability can be withstand within a man, that there's not much support with some types of vulnerability within the man's life that does not need to be holding on with him, that he can withstand it, that he in fact builds this mental toughness of dealing with these problems on his own, as a man should. And then for men, learning the process of vulnerability, dealing with it at such a young age, moves right into his self-esteem development, accepting who he is, liking who he is, learning that you do stuff that keeps you influenced in life, that keeps you enthused, that is to your liking truly. It makes you tough. It makes you more resilient with life, having more acceptance with yourself, finding out ways that are true interest to you and keeping them going on in your life, to build more repertoire with you as a man throughout your entire lifetime, while learning certain cues within your life as a man that brings relief to you and to everything else upon in your entire world. To not take life so seriously, to just enjoy and laugh about it, no matter what kind of circumstance comes upon you. No matter how big that wave of life is about to brush you off onto the shore. To come to the realization of not overthinking our world as a whole, that everything is set up very common sense wise with us men in this world, that every action that we do, everything that we pursue in, must be taken into account with common sense, to execute it out properly and truthfully, to live life out as a man without breaking your character, being your own character, having integrity, having strong moral principles, a moral uprisingness, acceptance of your own quirks and how you act individually as a man in this world, and being in a state of wholeness and undividedness within everything around you. And just when life throws such overbearing circumstances to you as a man, naturally we can ease back, because we know life is simplicity for us. Everything within a man's life is set up so simply. What you see is what you get with us. That goes into our biology, that goes in how we act, that goes in with style. Any type of thing we do in life as a man is set up in very simple matters because us men are naturally simple, which brings natural calmness to us. It makes us that centered, cumbersome rock, centered within our life that is undeterred and unmovable from our forward moving life path. It's as simple as that. And through this all, it invokes confidence in the man. It grows his confidence muscle throughout his entire lifetime. That armor that shields a man throughout his whole life, that with anything that comes into his life, he can stand it up next to him and withstand it, take it head on, and not be afraid, and be tough. And through that all, a man's resiliency is powering him through and gets more powerful throughout all of this discovery through his life. Discovering his true self, discovering and enjoying his true self, onto his purpose, doing what he is made for within his life. That resilience cuts through his life like a blade. It's an unstoppable force when a man has full resiliency in his life. And it's no threat to anything around him. Nothing is distasteful to that man when he is full of resilience within life. Actually, everything is a liken to him. Because when a man has full resiliency, he is intertwined, he is aligned with that forward motion life naturally moves in. That natural gratification is given to man. Redo it if you have to. Take a different route if you have to. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Get down to the bare of it. Do you need to work on your confidence? Do you need to work on your self-perception of yourself? Do you need to overcome vulnerable tendencies? Work on it. I'm for certain that your resiliency will start to break more through with you. And you'll notice it too. Because once you have that full resiliency of you in your life, you're an unstoppable force. You're so enthused, you don't even know what happened. All you're doing is just living life of enjoyment.
Saint Perigine, patron saint of all forms of cancer. We ask you for your help in asking God to heal my cancer and keep it in remission. Pray for me so that I may live a long and faithful life.